Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. Good to see you today. I'm going to do a finance and career reading for you today. So that'll be fun, eh? Something different. I think it's time. I mean, we've all had so many, we've all had so many changes in our career, whether it's just working from home, getting laid off, or, you know, there's just change. And so that impacts our finances, and things are starting to get a little bit better. So I thought I'd do a reading and see if I can update. How's that? All right, Taurus. So it's a general reading. You know the deal. Use your intuition and sort of figure out what resonates for you, because a general reading is me tapping into the collective energy of Taurus. So there's several groups and different timelines of Taurus, right? But if you're watching tarot, you're probably going to find your energy in here, because there's not every Taurus watches tarot. Anyway, so take what resonates, leave the rest. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards: the Psychic Tarot, the Quantum Oracle, and the Enchanted Map. And then we'll do a tarot, 4-card tarot pull, and then we'll use a traditional tarot to clarify. Okay? All right, so Taurus, October, finance and career. Can we get an energy from the collective for Taurus, October, finance and career, please? Taurus, October, finance and career. Energy from the collective. Sometimes it takes a while for an energy to come out, so there we go. Triumphant Success. Wow. Taurus, you've got some good energy going on for October. Got a major win coming towards you. This is Triumphant Success. What this is, in the Psychic Tarot, this is the Ace of Swords. So it's a new beginning. It's cutting through things that were not for you, things that probably held you back, and you've cut through them. You've got the Ace of Swords, which tells me that you're going to have success in October. And it's probably something new, a newer venture, okay? That's cool. The Ace of Swords can be finding your truth, understanding finally what motivates you, what is your passion, what type of work appeals to you, you know? I remember in my career, I was a professional for a long time, vice president, you know, of divisions. I've been down that road. And I remember when I was younger trying to figure out, what is it that I'm good at? What is it that I want to do? What do I like? What's my bliss? What's my passion? What's my truth? And I had begun a spiritual study, and I started to read Joseph Campbell and understand about bliss, and I learned that you can generally identify what is your bliss by, when you're doing it, you lose track of time. Time doesn't exist. You can work on it for hours and hours and hours, and you're not tired. You're reinvigorated by it. That's your bliss. Okay. All right. So the Quantum Oracle is we've got the energy of planning and action. So you've understood what you want to do, and you're successful in understanding that and moving forward. And it's taking a lot of planning and action. You can see there's a compass, there's a clock, so there's probably a time element to it. There's a pencil, so you're probably writing something out. Maybe it's a proposal, maybe it's a resume, I'm not sure. But you're doing an awful lot of planning. But more important than the planning is you have to take action. Here's the path. You have to do the planning. Here's your map, and here's your understanding of how you're going to get there. But what's very important is that you actually take action on this truth and on this project, and you walk the path to your bliss, your goal, your dream. Nice dream there, Taurus. This is excellent energy. You've probably been through a little bit of period of stagnancy. I know a lot of people have. So this is lovely energy to see for October. Cool. Let's get one more oracle card from the Enchanted Map and just get a little bit deeper idea. Okay, that was fighting to get out. Dragon's Lair. Okay. So the Dragon's Lair is an interesting card. Let me see how it would fit into your reading today with the other cards that you have. It's like you've been in hibernation. You see the cold snow on the castle, and you see the light here. You've been in hibernation, and it's, I mean, let's face it, that doesn't take a genius. We've all been in hibernation, haven't we? But being in the COVID quarantine is not the same thing. You may have taken that time and used it wisely because you went deep inside. You went into you were kind of isolated and completely deep. You were in the deep freeze, my friend, to understand this truth, to understand what it is you want to do, Taurus. And you now know you've got your truth. You're making a plan of action. And you're coming out of your hibernation. You're taking action by coming out of your hibernation, your spiritual ascension, your whatever it was that you went through. A long meditative process of isolation is what I feel, to figure out what your next steps were going to be. And you have a plan, and you want to move forward, and I think that's fabulous. So let's see what you want to do. Let's see what you want to do. What's going on for you? I love it when people find their truth. I think finding your truth is half the battle, my friend, half the battle. Understanding what your bliss is. What is it that you love to do? And what is it you love? Where is your passion? What is, if we don't do those things, then we stay in this cold castle. And we live in this cold castle. And our interactions are limited. Our joy is limited. We have to follow our hearts. We have to understand our truth and follow our heart. No matter the risk, right? We have to understand that there's always going to be risk, but anything, justice. Okay. So this first card here is your current situation. So you're currently feeling successful. You've had some sort of triumph. You've overcome something. You've had a win, my friend, because the Justice card is something going in your favor. Something that previously you didn't think was a good thing has turned out to be in your favor. It's almost like the wheel has turned and you are balanced. You're feeling this new energy and you're feeling very, very good. You're feeling it was a good thing. What you're challenged by is ending something, either ending something or the end of something. But I think that's what this triumphant victory is about. You're overcoming this thing that drove you to this deep freeze, and it was pain. It was the pain of some sort of ending in your life. But this card is you see how the sky is there's just a little bit of dark sky left in the corner here, and you can see the sun poking out, and that's the majority. See the sun coming out of the clouds? And she's focused on the sun. You're focused on the sun. You are just having a breakthrough. This triumph is yours, and when you see the Ten of Swords, you know that it's not really a bad card because it's done. Whatever it was, whatever you needed justice from, whatever hurt you, whatever transformed you, whatever ended in your life that was painful, because this is a painful ending, Rather it be you got laid off, rather it be you got fired and it wasn't fair. Something wasn't fair. And now you have justice and you have victory. So the challenge is not letting this linger. Don't let this pain linger. Put this pain behind you. That's your challenge. Okay, Taurus? Wow. What do you have working in your favor? The devil in reverse. So whatever it was controlling you. And it was because you were in some way codependent on it, addicted to it, this control. Maybe it was a job where your boss was controlling you, but you loved the job, so you were sort of letting things become toxic, right? That's what I see. When I see the devil, I think of toxicity. In a personal reading that isn't finance and career, it's addictions. Addicted to something. It's codependency. But there's one other thing I want to say, and I feel the need to say this for this reading. The devil is fear. And I told you that this was a painful ending, okay? And it drove you into isolation. The good news, what is working in your advantage? You're out of that energy. You've ended it. The devil is reversed. You've got the Ten of Swords moving into the sun, and you've got justice, and you've got the victory here, number one, right here. Okay? That's what's working in your favor. All right, we'll get a little bit more and see if we can find out exactly what transpired here. So, and what is your advice, which is probably the most important part of any tarot reading. I mean, you know what's happened in your life, yay, right? And now you're looking for advice as you move forward to confirm your plan, because you do have plans and you're taking action and you're close to action. The advice from Spirit is open your heart chakra. Don't be closed down because of this ending. Open yourself to the new beginning of passion, of something you love, of doing something you love. Your bliss. We talked about it. This is your bliss. This is your heart chakra opening. Whatever happened probably had you close up and think, well, no, that's not going to happen. Once, that happens, we move in and out of our chakra systems and closing and opening them. But this is an important chakra to have open if you want this new opportunity that you're planning for, that to come to fruition. Spirit's saying, open your heart. In other words, let me put that to you in a simpler way. Use your heart and your head to make decisions when you're making your plans. Make your plans based on your truth. And your truth can only be found when you are using both your heart and your head to make decisions and to understand the way forward, especially intuition. Okay? Intuition is very important, and you really require an open heart chakra to be able to take advantage of your intuition, because intuition is not felt in the mind. It can be a thought, but the true intuition, when you're really judging, is this the right thing? It's felt in your heart. Some people say it's the gut. I say it's the heart. All right, so what I'd like to do now is just dig a little deeper and use the traditional tarot to see what's going on here, okay? I'm trying to make this not too long. I always say that, and then I end up 30 minutes, and people don't like to watch anything that long. But if this is resonating with you, then you'll stick through and see what's going on. If it's not your story, then it's not your story. Okay, so what are you doing now? You're assessing your investment. How much do I invest? How much have I already invested? Planning. This is your planning and action. Because before you take action, you have to assess what you've already planted, what you've already grown in the situation, and how much can you How much more do you need to add to bring this to fruition? Or how much harvest can you take from something prior and add it to the new project? It's all about planning. This card is all about planning. I love that it's on the Justice card. I love that this is your justice. You need to feel good. This is all good news. All good news, right? Okay. What else can we understand about the current situation for Taurus? Can I get a card? One card, please, from the collective regarding the current situation for Taurus in October. Okay, there's a Tower. Okay? A Tower's not bad. That's why you have this victory and success here, because you overcome this Tower. So the Tower is breaking down of, it's the breaking down of a structure. It's the breaking down of something you built that now doesn't suit you, doesn't work, wasn't built on solid ground. And what I believe what you're tearing down is this ice castle, this cold, remote, isolated. This is, you're coming out of that, and I think Spirit's working with you to open your heart chakra, whatever this thing was. I mean, I know I talked about how you were in hibernation, but this was, you were forced here through pain, okay? You've overcome it, but you were forced here through pain. And now you've got this Tower, which is tearing down this structure that you were building that was built out of pain. I hope that makes sense, Taurus. And you're planning, I mean, let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. Hopefully you can see these cards. So you've got this ice castle with a moat, and it's frozen. You know, it's not a great place to be. And then you've got this Tower, which comes in and says, nope, I'm going to tear that down, and I'm going to build this beautiful castle. And when we're talking about castles and structures, we're talking about your stability, your security. So that was built, that you were building something from pain, and that was not the right thing to do. So Spirit tore it down. And you're now on the right path. You've had success over that pain. You're now building this castle, which is much, much nicer. I hope that makes sense. So think of the castle as your security, your career, your job, your money. Okay? Let me get one more on the current situation. So you're working, you've had a Tower moment, you had an ending, it created a Tower moment, and you probably maybe lost a job or left a job. It doesn't really matter how it ended, and it wasn't in a way that you particularly enjoyed. It caused you pain. And it could have been not just the ending, it could have been what was going on over the past several months. Sorry, I need to get a drink. My throat was getting sore. And now you're in the planning stages of recreating, building something that's solid and something you love and something that is your truth. It's a very good reading, and I can almost see the progression of what you're going through. Yeah, here's your truth. This is a psychic tarot. It's got a little bit more depth, but it's taken from the tarot. And remember I told you this was the Ace of Swords, this Triumph Success? Here it is again. This is building on the truth, rebuilding on your truth. That's where you are right now. You're finding your truth after a Tower moment, and you're assessing what happened and what you invested and what you're going to invest in the new Tower that you're building, the new job, the new career, okay? I hope that makes sense to you, Taurus. So that's just double confirmation of what's going on. And it's a new beginning in your truth, which means in the things that you love. That's what Spirit's saying. Open your heart chakra. Understand your bliss. What do you love? Oh, this is perfect. All right. So, challenges. You've been in the Hangman. Well, we know that. You've been in this frozen castle. But you spent your time well. You see how the Hangman, he hangs himself up. He doesn't take any action because he knows he needs to become enlightened. He needs a new perspective. He's missing information. This is what I call This is the Pisces card, and it's a Pisces and Neptune card. It's getting clear about something, getting very, very clear about why this ended. What is your truth? What do you want now? Okay? And that's your challenge. Your challenge is to come out of that energy, to see the truth, right? And you're doing it. And then this is the best card. I love this card. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the card that says that the wheel is turning, the destiny is turning in your favor. And these events that were difficult for you, that kept you in hangman, kept you from moving forward in your life, are changing. That's your challenge. You need to change. You need to come out of that. And the wheel is you have to meet your destiny. This is also a destiny card. So you're going to be meeting your destiny, and you need to find the strength to come out of that hangman and understand the lesson and what happened and move forward. Okay, we're still in your challenge area, so I just want to make that clear. That's your challenge, meeting your destiny, coming out from behind whatever you were hiding in, and finding that truth and moving forward, making a plan and an action. This is the action. Okay, you've got the planning here. You've got the hurt, the end, planning, action. I hope that makes sense. And look at this, 10 of Pentacles. This is total prosperity. This is the goal that everybody works towards. The 10 of Pentacles. It's wealth, it's security, it's family, it's the whole enchilada. That's what you're going to get once you take action. That's beautiful. So don't worry about your money. Once you get through this difficult spot that you've been in, it's going to be it's going to be something you love, it's going to be your truth, and it's going to be very abundant. All right, so what's going in your favor? We know that you've come out of a devil energy that had you really sort of doing things that weren't always in your best interest. That energy is gone. And if anybody was controlling you, yeah, you're coming out of that. This is the Knight of Swords. This is taking decisive action. And that is what you have on your side. This is what's helping you, is that you're ready. You're ready to learn something new in this hangman, and then take very decisive action and move forward. And you see how you've got your truth in your hand, your sword, and you're moving on your horse, and you're moving fast. So this is going to happen pretty quickly now, okay? And if you didn't plan on making it happen quickly, please change that plan and make it happen, okay? Pretty quickly. All right, what else does Taurus have in October with regard to career and finance? What do they have working in their favor? Okay, you're getting over the past. So that hurt, that thing that kept you in hangman, that froze you, that is a thing that's worked in your favor. And the reason it's worked in your favor is you took a long, hard look at what went wrong. You can see this man is looking at the wreckage, and he's feeling loss and regret. And this works to your advantage, that you felt that strongly about whatever it was you lost. That is actually, it probably didn't feel like it when you were in the frozen castle or when the tower hit. But when you started to realize the truth, that everything you wanted was behind you, that the opportunities were just, all you had to do was stop focusing on what went wrong, turn around and look at what you have and what the universe is offering you. And what this tells me in the position of what's working in your favor is that you did the work. You know, some people say this is crying over spilt milk. I don't feel that way. I feel like if you looked at the past long enough, you learned your lesson, right? I can tell you learned your lesson. You've got justice, and you've got all these other good cards. So this worked in your favor. That pain that you went through in the tower is helped you look at maybe how to do things differently in the future, not to repeat the same mistakes, okay? And that always works in your favor. All right, one more for what's working in your favor. See? Okay, the moon. Okay, the moon is a journey of moving into the unknown. This is going to work in your favor. Take that risk. Take the risk. It's scary because you're operating by moonlight. You're not 100% sure of the outcome. But that again, that works in your favor. That actually works in your favor. Go and start that journey, and then you'll end up in the sun. But you have to start it by moonlight. You have to start that journey of finding out. It's a long path that you have to take, and it's time to start walking on that path. And even though the path might start in the moonlight, and there might be some things that pop up that you hadn't anticipated, it works in your favor. There are things that needed to pop up. Okay? So let's get some advice here from Spirit in this last row. Let's see what Spirit is telling you. So far, they were telling you to open your heart chakra and figure out what it is that you love and receive those blessings. Yeah. Wow, Spirit is on your side tonight. This is the Ten of Cups. This is complete emotional fulfillment. So you have the two most important tens in the deck. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is financial success, and Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. Okay? So if you open your heart chakra, you're going to have emotional fulfillment. You're on a path. You're on a good path. This should just be, if this is your reading, Taurus, this should just be confirming what you already know you need to do, and you already know it's going to be successful and it's going to make you happy. You know it, and Spirit's confirming it for you. What other advice from Spirit, please? Any other advice from Spirit for Taurus in October? Yeah. Put in the work. This is the work card, okay? This is telling you that this is about your work. And you just keep moving forward and keep doing what you're doing and stay dedicated to your craft and move forward and work hard, and you're going to have all this. That's what that's saying. That's Spirit telling you that. Put in the work. Make sure you're working hard. Yes, it's going to take some hard work. That's what Spirit's saying. But it's going to be so worth it. Whatever this is. If it's a new job, if it's a new business, if it's a new position, new company, it's a career change. You know, yeah. This is great. This is a decision. So because this is advice from Spirit, this is telling me that you need to make this decision. There's a decision you haven't made yet, and that's your challenge. Remember, this is your challenge, and the Hangman is in your challenge, which is that hanging upside down, waiting for the decision to come to you. It's time. That's what Spirit's saying. Work on making that decision, okay? Okay, that's your advice from Spirit. I'm going to pull an oracle card from the spellcasters to close the reading, but I think it's a great reading for you, Taurus. Just keep moving forward. You've been through a lot. Keep planning and organizing, and then take action, okay? Those weren't your cards, it just fell out. Okay. Whatever this is, it has a big impact on both your career or your finance, let me say, your money, and your emotional fulfillment, your joy, your happiness. And goodness sakes, you've reached the 10 in both of them at the end of this journey here. But you've got to keep moving forward. Oh, and even better. Yeah, even better. Wow. I should have seen this coming. I got two cards here. The first card is passion. This is a passion project. This is your passion. This is your bliss. You have found your truth. And that passion and truth is actually your life purpose. That's beautiful, Taurus. You're on your path. This is your path, what you're moving towards. We all have a life purpose. We all have a path. If you're watching tarot, then you're probably in a spiritual practice and you understand that the goal of every moment of your life is to learn lessons, to get on your life path, and to understand the purpose in your life, to understand your truth. I'll use this card. To know what your truth is. What is your bliss? What is your passion, right? What is your passion that is your now life purpose, okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful way to end this reading. I'm just going to get an angel card and then I'm out. I'm trying to shorten these readings. But this was a good reading, Taurus. I really liked this reading. This is just between you and your guardian angel. We all have guardian angels that are helping us on our path. And this is just a little bit of advice from your guardian angel and you, just to close the reading. Prosperity. Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Yeah, money's coming in. You're going to be prosperous. And remember I told you that you should use your intuition when I saw this opening of the heart chakra? And that's what your guardian angel is saying. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. And you will manifest your dreams into reality. These are your dreams. This planning and action is because you now know what your truth is. You now know what your dream is, okay? This is a beautiful reading. I'm really happy. Taurus, it was great to read for you. I'll see you soon. Love and light.